Welcome to Networking with FishBits, passing on life lessons learned. This one's going to be called Raw Fish. You'll figure out why and very quickly. Last week was, on Thursday was World Mental Health Day, on Thursday, October 10th. On Friday, it was National Coming Out Day. And I found it interesting about these 2 days because on Thursday, it's about, kind of sort of coming out of the closet about mental health and making a safe environment for people and viewing that mental health is health. It's just health. And creating a safe space for people to be able to talk about that. And then the following day was for a different subculture, for gays, and talking about, again, coming out. And it made me think about the fact that they actually had so much in common, because really both are about wanting to be able to not be as sick as the secrets you keep, and to be able to show up and be our authentic selves, and to just be able to be our authentic selves, and not wear that mask. I am not suggesting that you go running out and telling people that you're gay, if you are, or sharing a mental health thing. I would not have made this video in my 20s, my 30s, or my 40s. I likely would not have made this video if Networking with Fish as a website were not already established, and this YouTube channel. I probably also would not have made this video if I was not already in as a Cisco Live speaker, out of fear and out of what people might think of me. Do I not fear right now that there's going to be repercussions? Sure, there will. There are still people that aren't going to like the fact that I'm gay. There's going to be people who don't like the fact that I'm wearing a red shirt. I don't know. There's a great expression that I love that I heard years ago, which is, what people think of me is none of my business. I have spent many years as a people pleaser and trying to chameleonize and adapt to what you wanted me to be so that you'll like me. I'm making this video because I know that I have taken my insides and compared it with other people's outsides, right? And I have found myself wanting, and that's another YouTube about break the ruler. I don't want anyone to ever take their insides and compare it to Networking with Fish or the Pink Cat or whatever and find themselves wanting, just because of the fact that that's all you're comparing yourself to. We all have so much more in common than we're ever going to have differences. So I want to share. I can say all these things about comparing my... I was brought up by two wonderful parents who were absolutely incredible and very supportive, but I didn't know how to ask for help. And so my first botched and ignorant, naive attempt at suicide was in 6th grade. And that kind of sort of started the whole thing. I went to a middle school, and I just wanted to be in a group, any group, even if it was the weirdo group, just any group. And this one group was saying that I was trying to be something I wasn't because I was wearing mascara, and I must have done my eyebrows and penciled them in. And so I said that I wasn't wearing makeup, and they said that I was. And so I decided that was the reason why they didn't like me. So that night I was so proud. I cut my eyebrows and cut my eyelashes, much to the chagrin of my mother, at the dinner table that night. And I was so happy the next day. I thought they'd accept me. But and so that kind of sort of started everything in 6th grade, and a lot of pain and feeling different and self-loathing. And so periodic attempts at suicide. I had an expression that I thought was very cool and that kind of sort of summed everything up. Started in 6th grade, and it was, "Stop the world, I want to get off." I just wanted to kind of sort of get off. I didn't know where I wanted to go. There wasn't really a place to go. And I didn't really have a lot of hope that my insides were going to change. I started cutting myself, yes, with a razor. And I started physically abusing myself. Some stuff was to, seek attention, to kind of sort of cries for help. And other stuff was just because I didn't like myself. I started drinking and started drugging. And so my teenage years and my early 20s were a little rough. And, I learned that I had to reach out for me. That's what I learned. And there was this great story that somebody told me that really helped me a lot. And they said there was this man who had 2 roses, and one of them was a little frail and it needed help. So he put up the little sticks. I'm not a plant person, so he put up the little supporting sticks for it because it was a little weak. And then this huge storm came, and only 1 rose survived. And the question was, which rose survived? And I'm boringly logical. So what made sense, of course, was that the rose that had been given additional support and grounded it, and additional support, was the one that survived this horrible storm. Because it was just pure logic. Once I accepted the logic of that, I could then start accepting the logic and benefit of looking for that support system. Why am I making this video? Because I can, so I feel like I should. And because I don't want anyone ever to compare their insides to the networking with fish outsides and ever find yourself wanting. We have more in common than we're ever going to have differences. And that's really all I have to say. This is Networking with Fish. I'm out.